Hello there and welcome to the QMB Stars League review show, all in English here on Alcast as we look back at all 6 matches in week 19. All eyes were on the big game, arguably the biggest of the season, between league leaders Al Duhail and second place Al Sadd. Wow, what a match it turned out to be. Best of the action on the way. There was lots of twists and turns down at the bottom half of the table as well. As always, I'm joined by former English Premier League players Nick Summerby and Chris Macon, who will analyse each game in detail, sharing with us their expert opinion. Plenty to come from them over the next hour. But first, let's remind you how they lined up in week 19. So, spread over 3 days, 2 matches on Thursday, the 1st of March. There it is, Al Duhail versus Al Sadd. That kicked off at 1800. Then it was Al Gharafa versus Al Rayyan at 2010. 2 further matches on Friday, the 2nd of March. It was Al Ahly up against Al Khadatiat, the early offering at 1800. And then Al Salia took on Al Khor at 2010. Two further matches then on Saturday, the 3rd of March. It was Qatar Sports Club versus Salal at 1800. And the later match saw Al Arabi face Al Marhi in a real battle down at the bottom. Right, let's get straight to the action then. The big game, top of the table, Al Duhail against second place Al Sadd. Now, this game was always going to be a tight one because they were so evenly matched in so many areas on the field. The question was, who would crack first? Your commentators, Nick Summerby and Chris Macon.
Xavi with a free kick. Full delivery. Oh, good punch away by Amir Leconte. He was under pressure there from Bunja. It's Hamid getting forward from the right back area. We fully expected him to do that. It's been exceptional in the last few weeks. Hamroun twisting and turning past Boudieff, pulls it back towards Assad. Vital touch there by Mendes, and Xavi just gets underneath his volley. This is a fantastic start from the away side, Al Sadd.
I think what they're doing is just like the first game, Duhail came out flying and they got the early goal. You know, if Al Sadd do get this goal, then all of a sudden the pressure's on Duhail. Duhail have got to start getting a grip of the ball and moving the ball around.
Xavi now releasing Assad. He's waiting for the overlap. Abdul Karim's on his way. Got to be tracked. Abdul Karim, who's got him behind. Abdul Karim to the near post. He pulls that back. Benezier's in there, and Hamroun on the far post. Look at the run by Abdul Karim. Ismail doesn't help out Naji. Got to go across to the back post there, Abdul Karim. Abdul Karim pushing Ismail back towards his own goal. Abdul Karim certainly getting the better out of that low battle. The first goal goes to Al Sadd, and they thoroughly deserve it. Hamroun at the far post, 1-0 Al Sadd.
Ismail didn't deal with it coming down that left-hand side. He's got to deal with it. All of a sudden he makes a tackle, but then Abdul Karim beats him, shrugs him off, gets the ball on his left foot, puts it across, and there he is, Hamroun with the first goal. And what a goal it is. Al Sadd are leading 1-0.
Thoroughly deserved as Ismail pushed back towards his own goal. Abdul Karim, wonderful cross this time. Ismail, there's a 1-2 with Namtahi. Ismail to the near post. El Arabi was marked there by Ahmed. Good interception by the youngster. Great build-up play by Al Duhail though.
Yeah, wonderful play then. That's sent back to them best. Just look at this 1-2. There it is there, delivery right across the face of the goal.
Black shirts down there. They get the shot off. Al Duhail. Not much room there, but El Arabi into the near post, and he hits the bar or the post. Here's Ismail into the near post again. Headed out for a corner.
They could not deal with it, Al Sadd. You know, they were playing little tippy-tappy football and they just didn't deal with it. There all of a sudden there's Masatni. Masatni leans on the defender. Then it flicks up. Al Arabi, go on, he smashes it off the crossbar. To be aware of Al Sadd, the second goal's crucial.
Love it by Assad there. Oh, it's a teasing ball. It's in behind Al Breaki. Hamroun gets in behind the young fullback. Hamroun bursts into the box to the far post. He's in. 2-0. Benezier. He's offside.
Look at this from Hamroun. What a delivery as well. He's well offside. He's off by about a yard or something. But you know what, Chris? Duhail there, that's 2 opportunities. Bunja's scored, it's been disallowed because he's offside. He's hitting the post as well, so they're holding on by a thread really. You can't let them get another goal.
Working on by Namte, he pulls it back to El Arabi. El Arabi to the far post. Ismail taps in, and they're back in the game. It's 1-1.
Wonderful bit of play as well. They started to come back into the game and they've got it. Wonderful bit of play from Namte down the left-hand side. He pulls it back. El Arabi gets his shot, but it skews pretty much to the far post, and there's Ismail there just to poke it away. He's not happy at all for error. They've got the goal. They came out fantastically, Al Sadd, but then all of a sudden they let them get back into the game. Now they've got to go again, Al Sadd. Once they get it on the opposite side of the midfield players is when they're dangerous. This guy here now, it's everything goes through Namte, and he's starting to get possession. You can feel it, can't you? Yeah. This is where they're most dangerous, around the edge of the box. They create.
Oh, to the far post! The man who cannot stop scoring since he was been given the armband, Masatni, gets his first tonight and the second of the night for Al Dahel. What a strike from the skipper.
Chris, it's as if they just, exactly what we said before, just take it into another gear.
Yeah.
You know, this is what they do. We set at the edge of the box. There's Masatni, who's been absolutely wonderful throughout the season, and they've just done what they've done all throughout the season, just stepped it up. Now the pressure is on for Al Sadd. Al Sadd have to get 2 goals if they're going to win the game, but they've got into that routine, Dahel, and once they do exactly what you said, Chris, you can't get the ball off him.
Seems to be expressing themselves now. Nagy even lined up a shot. Nagy to the near post.
I mean, look at Belmadi. Oh, he's got on the opposite side of you there now. Abdul Karim, ball into the box.
Interesting ball. Hamroon volleys over. Once again, they're trying to walk into the net here, Al Dahel, and they nearly do that. They're just cutting through Al Sadd now. Trying to walk in, and El Arabi hits the bar again. To Namte. Oh, flip by Namte. Oh, cross by Ismail's blocked by Pedro.
Looking at the Al Sadd players in this game now and thinking, well, hang on, you know, you're still in the title there now. You've got to get back into this game somehow or other, and we're not seeing it second half.
Nagy, 3 times Al Dahel have hit the bar tonight. No, 4 times, sorry. El Arabi's hit it twice, and Nagy twice now. Kuki now wins the ball in midfield. Beneja. Hamroon. No one ahead of Hamroon though. Trying to beat Mendes, he does. Pulls it back towards Beneja. Beneja! 2-2! Out of nothing, Al Sadd back in his match!
I'll tell you something, he does a bit of trickery then before Bunja. I don't think he means to do it, but wonderful play this is from Hamroon. Gets to the byline, pulls it back. Bunja, who's not really had a kick this second half, puts it into the net. Game on again.
Satney again, tries to whip it to the far post. Ooh, Abdul Karim coming in at the far post, gets above his own teammate Beneja there. Abdul Karim back to Akram Afif, good first touch. Oh, back to Beneja! Beneja! Is he onside? He's got it! 3-2 up! Oh my word!
Absolutely, what a goal, and what a ball as well. Look at the crowd there, absolutely going ecstatic. It's wonderful for Al Sadd. They're up against it, they were out of the game. Then all of a sudden, Bunja has gone and given them the lead 3-2, and they're absolutely stunned now. Dahel, advantage, Al Sadd, Christopher.
We called it, we said the last 10 minutes, is one goal going to be this decider of the whole season, and Beneja kept on side this time. Hisham will come up for Al Dahel, but Beneja gets his second of the night. It's his 40th of the season. Akram Afif, can he wrap it up? Akram Afif hits the bar! How many times? 5th time the bar's been hit tonight.
What have they got there? Can they get one more opportunity? They've got to get it to this boy Namte. He's on it at the moment, but pushing forward with Masatni. Here we go.
Namte back to Masatni, got loads of time. Masatni to the far post, not closed down again. And Masani gets the equaliser. Poor defending from Al Sadd.
Tell you what, Chris, not only have they equalised and got back into the game, that's it, it's over there for Al Sadd. That's how close this game of football is now. You've got to get tight with the quality of the players there. Look at that, there's Belmadi, absolutely, he's swam the channel. He'd gone at one point, but all of a sudden you cannot give players like this the time and space. Got to get tight on him. It's in the back of the goal there, and now it's advantage to De Gea. What more do we need in a game of football?
Just bringing down Namtehi. Yellow card, red card will follow. It's his second of the night for Hamid Ismail. Here we go. Now Alderhill could really wrap up the 3 points now. El Arabi always scores, and he does score. 4-3 to Alderhill. El Arabi, 23rd goal of the season. And look at the scenes there. They know Al Sadd. They know it's gone, the chance is gone. That's 5 points, the difference now. Alderhill on course to win their 6th title in 8 seasons. What a record that is for Mr. Balmadi and his football club. He's looking to win his 4th at Alderhill, Mr. Balmadi. Look how much it means to him. He's a serial winner. Oh, big sigh of relief there for Mr. Balmadi. Breakaway goal there. 2 passes, 3 passes. 3 passes in the back, and El Arabi's on his way. Not really closed down. Just fires on. What a goal by El Arabi. Just absolutely roofs it. No chance for Sadd in goal. That look says it all for Mr. Balmadi.
We can all agree, a fantastic game. Chris Megan, how much did you enjoy commentating on that one?
That's a proper game. It was. It had everything. You hit the bar about 5 times between the pair of them. What was it? 7 goals, sending off, drama. I mean, to separate these two sides, it doesn't take a lot. It's fine lines, isn't it? Al Sadd came within 3 minutes of getting the 3 points and maybe going on to win the title. Exactly the same scenario as last year. Remember, Al Sadd had that last ditch penalty against Salal. Al Haydous missed it. They got the draw. Alderhill going on and win the title. And there's not much to separate these two sides. I realise it's just Alderhill. You've got to outscore Alderhill, which is very difficult because they score so many goals.
So really, we can say now Alderhill, bar something chronic happening, are going to lift.
Yeah, they will.
The trophy.
Yeah, they will do. For me, definitely, you've got to say. I don't think the manager it's the manager. You know, straight away he'll be driving them. You know, you get undefeated. Want to stay undefeated. I tell you what, he had a panic up there though in that game. His little bottle went there. I don't care what anyone said because Al Sadd had it. You know, and if you look at Al Sadd now, if they'll all be thinking about it and they'll be thinking, you know, going into a game, you're going to take the lead twice in the game. Obviously, what Chris said there, got down to 3 minutes. It was theirs. You know, it had everything. I mean, that's what football's all about. That is it.
They had a couple of chances to go. 2 goals clear.
Yeah.
Benezi in the first half, Akram Afif in the second half. You know,
It was fantastic.
2 goals there. I think Al Sadd do win the game.
I just think though, when that Namti starts, as good as Masakni and everybody else is, once he starts getting a grip of the ball in now and they start threading it around the edge of the box, they're unplayable. They are like a Barcelona. They really are. They're the only team in the division that can create something when there's a lot of players in tight situations.
Right. Chris, you alluded to it. They hit the bar a few times. It could have been so many more goals.
Yeah.
And we've got them all selected here.
Let's have a look. Who's the first one up? This is Benezi, just hits the outside of the post. But on the night, Naji hit the bar twice for Alderhill. El Arabi hit the bar twice. Akram Afif hits it for Al Sadd.
You're going ahead, Chris. We're going ahead. It's all there and it's in the package.
It's all there.
We're
It's
rushing.
all there.
We're
The
rushing. It's all
package. Look,
coming
here
ahead.
it is.
There's one now. El Arabi normally puts him in from inside the 6-yard box. That's his favourite position.
But, you know, I mean, it was fantastic anyway as a game, and if these had gone in, goodness knows how it would have gone. That Nagy with that screamer there just before half-time.
Yeah, these two just go. I mean, you've got to say the top three in the division. When they do play each other, they are very, very exciting. They go for it. I mean, this is Masakni once again, Al Arabi. I think possibly the best opportunity what we've seen so far is Bunja with the first one what we just saw then. Yeah. Once again, look, everything. I mean, the game was back and forth. You've got to say second half, De Gea had it. It was all theirs. And then all of a sudden they managed to get themselves back into it. This is the one here. That's your one there.
They go 4-2 up there with 7 minutes of normal time left.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, Al Hale's start to the match was very...
first 10 minutes.
Peculiar, could not get going. I think
there was
something wrong here.
Yeah, a bit subdued. Right, let's have a look at the goals. So we'll go through them, the quality of the goals. Start us off with the Hamroon goal, Nick.
Yeah, they worked it very well down this left-hand side. You know, with Abdul Karim, there was a bit of a warning sign before. They should have picked it up. But this is a battle between Ismail and Abdul Karim, which it went on all night. He gets on the outside of him. Once he gets to that byline, that's when it opens up. I talk about it all the time. You know, this is the game changer, and it's about the run. I'm going to have to say as well, there's another thing which I've noticed is, in a lot of these goals here now, a lot of the young lads what have come into the team are at fault a little bit at it. Not at fault, but it's just where they haven't got the know-how. I mean, that was Hamroon there, just being a bit clever, getting in there in front of him, and he just got caught ball watching. You'll see again on a few. Yes.
Well, let's have a look at the Masakni goal there, because Masakni's given a little bit of time here. This is what you were saying, though. Nick was saying, you know, when Namtahi gets on the ball there.
Yeah, it's tight down the middle there, but you know he makes that little bit of space. But I expect him from that position to be closed down quicker. This is Masakni we're talking about.
See the youngster there, the centre half there. Look, he's not. Once again, I'm not being nasty with it at all, but this is learning. You have to learn with this. This is where the experience has shone out there. He's just got that 2 yards away from him, and that's enough.
All right, the Bunja goal, we're going through them because there's something fantastic and fascinating about each one. Nick, talk us through this one.
He has a little bit of luck here, that bit of skill there, but I'm not taking it. But look at his run. It's about his run and Hamroon. Get around the back. He's watching the play. He's watching it. Can he lift it up? I'm going to get in that gap there. Can he lift it up there, please? I tell you what, it's inch perfect. And the finish is difficult as well, and he's there to put it away. I don't think there's any... It's a close. I don't think there's anybody better in that sort of situation. And watch this, here's a boy a thief. You know, there's only one thing we're missing from him is a goal. I can understand why people speak highly of him. The ball's fantastic.
If there's any young centre forwards out there, the likes of Aladdin at Al Gharafa, if you want to know where you score most of your goals, if you're going to have a good career as a centre forward, have a look at the movement of El Arabi and Bunja there. Their desire to get in that penalty box there. It just shines.
And you've only got to look at their tally. Once they are in that area, they more often than not put it away.
But more often than not, you're going to hit the target because you're inside the box. You've got more chance of hitting the target if you're in the box than outside of the box.
But you don't see him out on the wings. Their running is all inside there, all to do with getting near post, whatever like that.
Masakni goal. Sorry, I'm just teeing them up here because they're all just fascinating to watch.
I'm going to say again now, just watch him come off his marker. He just creates a space. This is usually, there he is. He knows he's ball watching a little bit and he just steps off a little bit there. And this is enough. This is the space to a man at the moment, which is bang on in form. You know, once you've got that 2 yards again, you know, it's a wonderful finish, don't get me wrong. A couple of players are there, but he's just got himself a space, just a guy to pass him. I tell you what, that's when the manager then, he realised, hang on, we've got it now.
And you both talked about El Arabi. You said, you know, he's going to score, because that's what he does. He's bound to score.
Nick said that.
And Nick said it. Nick and I were having the half-time. Yeah.
Before the game, wasn't it?
Yeah, before the game. I think we had about the half-time chat as well. He said, look, he's going to score. And I mean, let's have a look at this goal, because, my goodness, if you're going to do it in style as well, and, you know, we're in time added on here, Chris.
Yeah, so he can have a go, he can have a run and you know, let it go with his left foot there. Not known for really long-range shots with his left foot, but very reminiscent of Jeff Hurst at Wembley in 1960, a carbon copy of that goal.
Yeah, 1966, England, of course, winning the World Cup, then Jeff Hurst with a hat-trick. Chris, talk me through Pedro's defending. A couple of points that you were very happy about from Al Sadd.
He was just aggressive in the second half. They needed a spark, Al Sadd, to get going, and sometimes it can be a quick throw-in or a tackle. And Pedro seemed to be dragging his team forward. That's a wonderful recovery tackle. But every time he did it, he was getting up and having a right go at his players, and he was dragging his players forward to get back into this game, and it nearly paid off. Yeah, he's, you know, not ball watching turns and gets his tackling, but he was just aggressive, getting into his teammates. Come on, let's get into this game. And it nearly paid off in the end.
All right, a wonderful match. We all enjoyed it. Alder Hale a step closer to the title. Right, let's move on. Al Garaffa, they were closing in on 4th spot, having won all 3 points in their Week 18 defeat to Al Markhia. That's because the league's bottom club had fallen foul of the rules once again, so their victory was null and void. They faced Al Rayyan, who themselves were facing some internal problems at the club. Right from the off, it was plainly obvious that Al Rayyan did not have their hearts in this game, and Wesley Sneijder had Garaffa ahead from the penalty spot after 15 minutes. It was to be the first of 2 goals for him on the night. Al Garaffa went on the rampage. Al Rayyan just seemed to be spectating. There's only one bright spot for Loudrett's men, and that was there when Hamidallah fired in just before the half hour. For Garaffa, there were goals for Abdulaziz, Amado, Taremi, and Moyad, as Al Rayyan were hit for 6. And Al Garaffa jumped into that coveted 4th spot. Well, we're talking about it for weeks. Garaffa have been threatening. They get a bit of luck, losing to get Markhia in Week 18. Markhia break the rules. They get the 3 points. They get the 3 points there against the very ropey Al Rayyan.
There's definitely been a change there since the manager came to the club and since Sneijder came to the club. The club is on the up, and it was about 8 points or something at a certain point, and they managed to get themselves in it. They play Salir next game. If they beat Salir are out of this, getting in the top 4. That dream's shattered basically, and probably rightly so, because they've not been at it. This guy here now, you know, he looks like he's enjoying his football. We speak a lot about Xavi. This guy looks like he's enjoying it, and to have someone like that in the dressing room, you can see the reaction from the rest of the players. Place is on fire, but there's obviously a problem at Rayyan. He spoke about it. Someone asked a question to Michael Laudrup about there being a problem, which we don't know what it's about, but I really do hope it gets sorted out, because they're doing really well in the Champions League, and we don't want anything to disrupt that at all, because all the teams what are from the league here now are really representing it well.
I mean, that was a lovely goal from Hamidallah, but it was the only bright spot in what was. I mean, I said there they looked like they were spectating. Their hearts weren't in it, Chris.
They certainly weren't. I was looking at the match in the second half, and there was 1 or 2 players walking about. I don't know whether it's some sort of protest on the field, but I'd be worried if I was an Al Rayyan fan, because as players, me and Nick have been there, you can't turn the form on and off. Now, they're going to a big Champions League match in midweek, and to get it going again after being beat 6-1, sometimes you can say, well, you know, it's a Champions League game, we'll get going for that. You can't do it. It's more or less impossible. You know, they had the full strength side out in that game and smashed 6-1. And then to turn around and say, well, we'll be all right on Tuesday or Wednesday, whenever the game is, doesn't work out like that way.
And to be honest, I mean, let's look at the positive and hope that everything's sorted out, because let's look at the top 4 for the Qatar Cup. To have Al Dahil, Al Sadd, Al Rayyan, an on-form Al Rayyan and Al Garaffa in that top 4 be fantastic. And with all of them involved in the Emir Cup as well, we could have a fantastic end to the season.
You know, that's what we want. You know, that's what we're trying to improve every year on that. You know, the league is those top 3 sides there are something special. Obviously, you'd think De Gea are probably that little bit better because of the amount of times they've won the league. But yeah, they're doing well. We want them to fly the flag. You know, that's really what it's all about. And hopefully it goes through the league and makes the rest of the league a little bit better on the bottom. But it's looking at Rayyan there. 12. I mean, Laudrup was talking about he wants to bridge the gap between the Hales. 12 points now. You know, they have to be in the title race. I know we keep repeating it, but it's a big gap that now.
All right, let's move on. Al Ahly. They were in 7th place and hitting a bit of end-of-season form. They were up against Al Khairiyat in Week 19, who were flirting with relegation. Al Ahly had a different team with Chikawi, and this time he had his team in front as early as the 2nd minute. 20 minutes later, Tim Caneen had restored some order. Al Khairiyat were level. Early in the second half, FIFA was fouled by Moe in the area. And Muntari stepped up to casually slot away the penalty. Tibakanine again popped up with a lovely header to bring Al Khairiyat back into it. But the final word went to Hamza, who scored the winner for Al Ahly in the 78th minute, making it a very difficult run-in for Al Khairiyat over their final 3 matches. Chris, making it tough for Al Khairiyat down there.
Very tough. They're in that position now, and I can't see them getting out of it. You asked me the other week, when Al Arabi were in that position, would it change? I thought not, but not for Al Khairiyat. They've gone 5 points behind Al Khor now. And I'd tell you what about Al Ahly, it's been a disappointing season by their normal standards, but they've got a chance with the form of Al Ahly of finishing in 6th place, and when you look at the season as a whole, I think they'll take that.
Well,
with a change of manager. Two changes of manager.
Yes.
One pre-season, one mid-season.
Yep.
Change of personnel. I think they'll take that as a football club, because they haven't, for me, they haven't played that well this season. So 6th place, that would be a fair return.
Yes, good, yeah, and I think he do some good business in the summer as well. I like the manager. What we did say about Kratiat is, you know, obviously they've got the guy Tibber Caneen. Well, he's scoring goals, but it's a waste of time at the moment because they're conceding more. They're all over the place. Can they do what they did last season and give us a load of victories from here to the end of the season? I doubt it. It's just not right.
Have they got it in them to do? Remember Al Wakra? 3 games ago, they won all 3. Remember it? With Sasha, about 3 seasons ago.
Well, they've got to sort the defence.
They're 5 points behind now.
But they've got to sort the defence out. Simple as that. I mean, this is what he does for fun. You know, wonderful ball into the box.
He's like Sasha, isn't he? He looks like Sasha. His style.
It's his brother.
Is it?
I just thought I'd say that.
I mean, you know, he is the bright spot in their performance there. Look, he got them back to 2-2, but Al Khattiyat can't hold on to anything.
No.
And Hamza poked it in there, got the all-important 3 points for Al Ahly. They're safe, as you said. They could even end up in 6th, which would be top half of the table. They could look at that and say, wow, we've had a good season considering of the changes and not playing so well, certainly in that first part. Let's go on.
They've got Marquet next, and that's obviously probably going to near enough relegate them.
Bad defending, that was it there, and that was it there.
Shut it out, and so you know, just to clear the ball, and that's a terrible goal to concede. But that's what Nick's alluding to. You know, Tibber Caneen's up there scoring goals, but if you're defending like that, you haven't got a chance, have you?
Yeah, you mentioned Tibber Caneen there. A closer look at him here.
Well, this is what he does. How many goals we've seen this season when he peels on the back of defenders? I mean, it's not good defending, but
defender
the defender's
away from goal.
He's got to take him away. He looks at this all the time. He wants to bring it on his right foot and he puts it away. And he's a goal scorer, so you know that gives him that only little ray of light. I mean, once again, this is where the cross has got to go. Look at the 2 defenders there, ball watching. But this, you give him a sniff. I mean, Al Arabi didn't give him a sniff in the game, what we covered. You know, and if you give him that little bit of freedom, he just plays on the shoulders and he can find himself in those little gaps. He's the only little bit of light they've got there. They've got to keep a clean sheet, and he could probably get them out of it.
OK, do Al Khattiyat stay in the QNB Stars League?
For me, no.
So they'll go to a playoff and they'll lose it.
I think they'll win the playoff.
Yeah.
I think they'll be better than a team that's coming up from the other division.
Yeah, should be, because they're all. There's only about 4.
So they'll finish second.
So they'll finish second from Oldham, but remain based on a victory in the playoff.
We look at Al Khor as well.
No answer there. Non-committal.
Beating the next 3 games and go through that type of form.
Yeah.
Well, if they're going to 1 game playoff, you'd fancy they've got the better players. And with Tibber Caneen on the pitch, you've always got a chance of winning a one-off game, haven't you?
Yeah. All right, then, let's move on to Al Ahly, as we've been discussing, of course. They've lost 4th spot for the time being, and a victory in week 19 over Al Khor would go a long way to helping them restore that 4th place. Your commentators, Nick Summerby and Chris Macon.
Chance maybe for Al Ahly. A shot just creeping past that far post. Al trying to open the tent. That's a wonderful ball through to Salim, blocked by George. It's better from Al Khor. Sarish makes his way over to take the free kick, so obviously going to go with Ian Swinger instead of Mason. Come on, some far post, free header there for Toku.
Here's Timor, just gets brought down, referee doesn't see it. Want him to be a bit stronger in these situations. He's looking for the fouls. Here we go now, great delivery from Madsen.
What a ball, Salam on his left foot again. Oh, he went to lift it over. Bit of a mix up there between Lazar and Al Ahly. Here's Madsen.
Oh, good play, Chris. Here we go once again. Oh, what a final pass there. It was really good play, by the way.
Since Kashina went and stabilised her, now he's took her to a different level, Ugin.
Absolutely, yeah, and you expect him to do more business here. And I'm on edge of the box.
Love it. Wagner with a fabulous turn, just couldn't. Sorry, Tamor.
Alco, which having obviously the better of it at the moment, moving the ball around in midfield. There's Madsen. This is where you want him, in those little pockets of space. Once again down the left-hand side. This is a good ball.
Love it. Read to the near post, well read by Hassan though. Lazar out wide now into Alali. Alali, can he get his shots off? Sees it blocked. Oh, penalty given. Penalty given. Right against the run of play. Referee straight away points to the spot. Closer look now. There's the first shot coming in. Rebounds out wide.
No, not at all. There's nothing to it at all. There's his touch. As he takes the touch, he's gone down anyway.
I suppose anything low and hard, he'll find it difficult to get down to.
He's that big. You've got to get it on the floor. You've got to probably get it even around his body. But here we go as he steps up.
Timur sends Khalifa the wrong way, and it's Al Salia who grabbed the lead. 1-0, Al Salia.
Now the ball laid up to Tucko there. Now it's on this right-hand side now. First, what
Love
a
it,
ball.
love it, love it. Oh, Sarouche goes down. Does he give it?
Yes, it's been given. Penalty, it's been given.
Sums up the game, this done.
It
Two
does.
penalties that.
There's your first touch. Just a slight. He's looking for the contact. There it is. As soon as it just touches him here now, look, he's gone down before any contact as well. But as these referees, he must learn. You've got to learn what they're trying to do. He's gone away from goal for starters.
Turn. 1-1.
Never in doubt at all. This is what this guy does. If there's anyone you're going to give the ball to on the pitch, you give it to this little guy here now, Madsen. Wonderful bit of ability. Just steps up, waits for the keeper to make the move, and then he just slides it past to him. He's just going at the moment, just going over to some of his teammates. Hopefully that lifts them up again. And you've got to say they deserved it, really, out the whole game. They've been the better side. They've gone a goal behind, you know, but now all of a sudden they've shown that they've got that little bit of something in the dressing room, that bit of fight. And they're back in the game now, 1-1. There's Khalifa as well, once again, just knocking it forward. Tucko going up with the challenge. Sarouche getting hold of the ball in midfield. Now Tucko again, it's starting to open up now. Here we go.
Hilal's coming to the pitch, Nick. Hilal to the far post.
It's just sitting with two different sides, Salia, from what we saw at the start of the season. But this is a chance now, Lazar. Can he get the cross in? There's a cross. There's your chance there. Timor, you've got to be, that's where you've got to be expecting it. You've got to be thinking all the time, wonderful, well played by that man. You can see on your screen there, Lazar. Wonderful delivery. Look at Madsen out on that left-hand side, get the ball out. Here's the ball over the top. Not enough here. Oh, big mistake, the mistake.
Oh, there's a mistake. Hilal in for the winner. Was it Grigori? Tries to touch it back to his keeper. Hilal nicks in, or is it Mustafa who's on the ground? And this could be an absolutely massive 3 points for Alcourt.
What a finish, Chris. Look at this here, first time. There's Mustafa, just chests it back. Hilal, first time,
Grigori
chips it over the goalkeeper. Is it good? Yeah, it is. It's Grigori. Got it totally wrong there, and there's Hilal there just to lob it over him. What's he thinking there? But we'll tell you what a finish from Hilal.
Just box him in there now. You got to throw in Asalia's defensive third. Keep him in there. Silly foul there by Al-Ali. And a red card for the defender. What's a silly foul that wasn't. Sarouche now. Trying to flick it back to Madsen. Doesn't come off. Tackling midfield there by Majdi. Picked up by the goal scorer Hilal though. Alcourt coming forward again. Madsen. Oh, what a ball by Madsen! Redder! Keeps on his feet, back to Tuchel. Tuchel fires over. Wonderful ball by Madsen again.
So Al-Saleh failing to take advantage of that, to claw back close to the fourth spot. But as for Al-Khor, they will certainly take that, putting them on 18 points now, Nick.
Yes, I'll tell you what a result, by the way. So it right by now. What a finish as well. We'll look at it again from Hilal. Saleh, not happening at all. 5 games that without a win. Obviously, they play Garaffa in the next game as well, and that'll finish them off from the fourth spot. But what can you say about Saleh? What we haven't already covered? It's just not happening from where it was at the start, from flying, everyone scoring, just not happening. But the main thing there was Al-Khor getting that 3 points. That was huge. You could see at the end what it means. I mean, we talk about the top game, you know, down there when it's hard and things don't go right for you. All of a sudden, then they go and get that result there, and there's a real good feeling there. Hopefully, I can just kick them on a little bit. I'm more happy for the manager, because I think he's okay, the manager. I've never met him or anything. I think he looks enthusiastic. You can see when he's upset when it's not happening, and he needed that little bit of luck. And it looks like he's got.
He got it right last week, didn't he? Resting Madsen and Sarouche, you know, he got it right because the performance and the result was spot on. But Al-Saleh, talk about a contrast between the first half of the season, second half of the season. They're just two men sent off at the end as well. Yeah. So they're going up against this Al Garaffa next week.
You mentioned Madsen there. There was one moment when we didn't think it was going to happen for them, and he got angry, and quite rightly so, Nick.
Yeah, just when it wasn't happening so much in the first half. I mean, this is lovely skill, what we see all the time from Madsen, but just watch this here now. He makes a fantastic run in a minute, and it's just the awareness. And he just started. He got angry with it, you know. And we saw a lot of this, arms up in the air, and you know, it just wasn't happening. I think that was a bit of frustration, which obviously would have gone now because he got the 3 points. But just slide him in, you know, have the awareness around him. Took the wrong option. This is what he was like. Well, it was going to show you after there, Madsen, his arms up in the air. But the main thing is there, we're looking at that. But then at the end of the game, they got the 3 points, and that all goes. That then you see. But you could see the frustration in the team.
Yeah, let's look at the winning goal because it was a quality goal, Chris. Hilal.
Fabulous run. Great delivery. What about this for a finish? What about that for a touch by Grigori, by the way?
Yeah, strange, isn't it? He's just tried to chest it back.
You know what? He's an international player. He's one of the professionals at the football club. You expect a whole lot better there from Grigori. Don't take a chance at the back there. If you're not any doubt there, go and head it away. It was a great finish from Hilal. Probably did they deserve it, Al-Khor?
Well, yeah, they did do because he got it at the end. It was that tight. But the
it's
boy
a fabulous
there,
win for Al-Khor, isn't it?
The boy there, Hilal, is a real confident little lad. He was arguing with Madsen at the start of the season when we do the photo shoots and all that because he thinks he's got the number 10. He's got arguing all that, and I thought, who's this lad here now? So he's a real confident boy, and you could see that with that finish.
All right, moving on to Salal, one of 3 sides going into this week vying for that top 4 finish. And in week 19, they were up against a tricky, ever-improving Qatar Sports Club. Salal wasted no time at all in getting ahead of Saibo, turned brilliantly in the area to direct his shot at the top corner in the 3rd minute. In the 20th minute, they were 2 up after Daragi finished off a very slick move. This shot Qatar Sports Club, who regrouped and fought hard. They dominated possession. They were finally rewarded in the 65th minute when Amari put away his 5th goal in 5 weeks. During the whole match, they doubled the efforts of Salal on target, and their pressure paid off when Mustafa fouled Ali in the area and Bruno Gallo stepped up to slot the penalty away. It finished 2-2. Wow, well done, Abdullah Mubarak and your team. Salal let it slip there, a 2-goal lead, Chris Makin.
It's been a strange race for this 4th spot. Salal and Al-Saleh, it's all they don't want it, you know. Going 2-0 up against a resurgent Qatar Sports Club at the moment. You fully expect Salal to see the game out with the professional players they have. There's one of them, Sadbo, wonderful finish, top corner there. And when I saw the result, I thought 2-0, Salal, game over. You know, what a great result, and they'll probably go on to clinch this 4th spot. But they let it slip.
And this was a slick move as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, great ball by Mawas, wonderful pass, just chipped it over the top and he drives it across that near post. You know, and it's you do think when they got that 2 goals, we came into work and we thought, well, that's it, it's all over. But there's a belief at Qatar Sports Club. You know, there really is. I mean, this boy here, what a revelation he's been. Omari, he's fantastic. He's got himself a few goals. I think Fabiano went off in this game. It looked like quite a serious injury. He really twisted his ankle badly. But he's got to be delighted, the manager, and he's got the charisma. You know, I'm looking forward to seeing what he does in the summer as well, because this club really was struggling and he's turned it around. So whoever plays them from here till the end of the season, you know, it's a tough game because they battle and they're organised.
Yeah, well done, Qatar Sports Club. Really pulled themselves back from the brink of despair. And what a draw.
Were they bottom when he took over?
Yes, absolutely. They were bottom.
19 points.
Yep.
So I don't know how many points he had when he took over. What a run that is.
Fantastic turnaround. Talk about turnarounds. Al Arabi, they had a big boost in week 18, if you remember, with a win over Al Kharatiat. If they could have another win in week 19 over bottom club Al Markhia, that would guide them towards safety. Once again, Chris and Nick describe the action.
Carey dropping deep, feeds Diego Jardel. Jardel, saw him last week. He ran up to the first goal with a fabulous run from that type of position in midfield. Khalfan again. Put down by Mosab. Free kick to Arabi. Khalfan stepping up now. Single shot for goal. Gets a deflection on the way through. Oh, it's going to be a penalty. Salah on the far side doesn't see Khalfan coming from his blind side, his left-hand side.
It's not cleared properly. There's Salah, no awareness behind him. Tries to get the ball, it's too late because Khalfan's just popped in. Well done again by Khalfan, just seen the danger and nipping in front of Salah. Penalty, what are we in the game here now? We're very early in the game, I've not got the time here now, but it's a penalty for Al Arabi.
With his left foot, goes to the left-hand side of the keeper, whips it to that far side, and it's 1-0 Al Arabi. Shalaka stepping into midfield, and then Ali again to the feet of Eric. Eric, early ball into the box, wonderful delivery by Eric. Just he needs someone to get right across that near post. Would have been a tap in. Too many red shirts back there. Over top for Carey to chase down. That's what he likes. Carey comes inside Salaka. Still Carey. Is he brought down? Minero's recovered from his knock.
Get it out wide, out wide. There's a strike.
Bad. To the far post. Bad from Saleh. Trying to create some space down this left-hand side, but again, forced to go to the far post. Might open up here for Abdul Karim, the far post, good save by Israeli in goal. Khalfan now with space ahead of him, 3v2 at the back now. Khalfan bursting forward, Carey's got to stay on side. Feeds Diego Jardel to Carey, 2-0, what a goal! It's been given, Carey, he's back, Nicholas!
Welcome to the game! Brilliant there for Carey, and delighted for him as well. Well done by Khalfan, well done by Jardel, and just look at that guy there now, look, the smile on his face.
Brilliant play by Khalfan and Jardel to set up Carey. A simple tap-in that will do his confidence the world of good. Well done, Carey.
Here's Jardel again.
Here he come again. Diego Jardel picks up by Carey. Can he get his shots off? Carey pulls it back. What a ball! Marafi, can he finish? Ramadan, what a save there.
They don't need to waste anything, do they, Chris? You know, sit behind the ball. It's all about Marquet trying to get back into the game. Was Fathi there just making a foul? It's now Marquet, probably too far away. They're taking it quickly. There's a strike.
Oh, it's a good shot. What a shot! Leo Minero. Free kick was taken quickly. Just switch off Al Arabi, and that's a poor goal to concede. Al Marquet back in the game.
And we said the next goal is crucial. Here it is now. Just watch him take this quickly. Good thinking. He gets the ball out of his feet, on his right foot. There it is there. Keeper not expecting it. But let's not forget the power and the pace and the accuracy from the strike. And I tell you what, the next goal was crucial, and it is as well. This is Marquet back into the game, 2-1.
What a goal by Leo Minero. Ball doesn't even move. Catches it perfectly. 1 minute of normal time remaining now. Al Marquia 2-1 down. Can he create a chance just before half-time? Oh, Saleh at the far post.
He's had two situations there where he's looking to go backwards. Have a go, get on the outside of him.
And now Aden Ali's. Oh, comes in at the far post. Doesn't hit the target. He's got to go to the far post with his header there.
Do that, he's long. It's good play in midfield, pushing forward.
Oh, well done, Lawrence. Can he get his head up? Goes for the spectacular shot. Great feat by Jardel. Oh, Jardel still coming forward. Hangs one up towards Carey. Carey coming in! Over the bar again.
Something tells me that Marquia are going to get really into this game. Here we are now, Eric, with a wonderful cross here. It comes in.
Taking the weight. Took by Lawrence again. Takes the volley on, just over the bar. Whipped away from goal by Eric. Oh, it's a free header. Just goes past the far post. I think it was Solaka coming in.
But here we go, edge of the box.
Sat back inviting pressure, aren't they? Carey picks this up. He's going to run into about 4 or 5 white shirts. He's going to do well to.
There we go.
Go
on.
Well done, though. Well done.
We're talking, Chris. Why don't you do that more?
Shot blocked. Good interception by Eric. Leon Minero trying to break forward now. Goes past Talal. Can he finish? Oh, just past the far post. Maybe one last chance now for Al Marquia. Might fall to Lawrence. Lawrence into the near post, does it? Target. Really switch the play here, just run down the clock. Might be Ramadan who can seal this game. Ramadan. Back to Khalfan. Back to Ramadan. Ramadan's got Kerry at the far post. Kerry wraps up the 3 points at El Arabi. 3-1 on the night. Kerry gets a double against his own side. And another breakaway goal for the Dream Team.
Yeah, a hugely important victory that for Al Arabi, but it turned out to be a very good game, and actually there were times when Al Marquia looked like they could have easily taken it themselves.
No, they played well, they kept believing, and they never let their heads drop, but it was a good start by Al Arabi, but a good atmosphere down there. You've got to say that all the crowd came out. This is wonderful, this here now from Khalfan. And I did exactly the same situation in a Manchester derby once with Dennis Irwin, and I thought I got it. You know, and he knows what he's doing. If you can just nick in front of him, there you go. He's done fantastic. Look, there's your touch, look, and he just tries to save it there, Salah, and it's a penalty, but well done by Khalfan. You know, it's a really good start for them. Once again, Khalfan again, who's so important with the side at the moment. He's really stepping up as well.
And Carey, we've been asking for a performance from him. He's been wanting a performance, Chris. We got it.
This is a wonderful goal, this. Your 3 forward players all linking up, Khalfan breaking forward, Jardel to his left. It's just a wonderful goal, and they put it on a plate for Carey. Talk about, you know, not making it difficult for him. It's just a little tap in, just to get your confidence going again.
But they're a little bit reluctant to pass to him in the second half. He's in some great areas, you know. You know, once again here now, it's right for him. You know, he manages to stay on side, but you know, he had some glorious opportunities and they just would not pass it to him, but I'm delighted. This is what I want from him. Pace and power. You get it ball out your feet and use that. All of a sudden then, Mossab knocks the ball out of play and it's a breather. That's the one, there you go.
Believe me, as a former defender, you don't want to be, you played right wing back as well, you don't want to be running 20, 30 yards back to your own goal chasing someone. It's the worst feeling in the world. 20, 30 yards going the other way is not a problem. But there's something about your brain that turns over and says, that's hard, that run over there. You don't want to do it.
That's the wrong way.
Push the ball and push those defenders back.
Leon Minero, wonderful goal from him, Chris.
Right thinking by Al Marquia. I love that, taking free kicks quickly. It's a sign of confidence. But Al Arabi, someone step on the ball, get set up, get the nearest man, step on the ball, get set up, and then we'll take it from there.
I'd have had to go to Fathi for that because he's arguing with the referee. I mean, this is him again here now. He definitely is pleasing to the eye. He gets on the outside and a wonderful bit of skill. Then he just pulls it wide. But he looks a really good player. He's got a good touch. Eric does as well when they get the ball. You know, but the encouraging thing is they never let their heads go at all.
This was the last chance, and I guess that being missed by Lawrence is at the end.
It's more or less, yeah. It's
injury time. What?
It is, yeah. I mean, Lawrence there just at the end, maybe just to salvage something there, but. You know what I feel about it. I think the club have underachieved massively. You know, did they get rid of Yusuf? Probably a little bit. Yeah, they did. Really, look at Qatar Sports Club. They made a change and they never looked back from it. They've had the players in, some good players at their club, and I don't think they should be in that situation.
I mean, then some of the players showed, you know, a lot of potential yesterday as well, even at this stage.
The second half, they had a lot of the ball, but I'll say again, they could still be playing now and wouldn't score. Right. They're the lowest league goal scorers, and for me they really struggled in that department. You said have plenty of great little play between the two Brazilians, but don't look like scoring at all.
Right then, that's it. Let's recap the results from week 19. So Al Duhail, full 3 winners of Al Sadd in the game of the season. It was fantastic. Al Garrafa 6-1. They hammered Al Rayyan. Obviously, problems within the squad there with Michael Laudrup. Let's hope they can fix things for the AFC Champions League coming up this week. On Friday, Al Ahly 3-2 winners over Al Kharatiyat. Big win for Al Kharatiyat there. Al Ahly. Al Kharatiyat struggling. Looks to be in the playoff place there. Al Salir losing to Al Khor. Big win for Al Khor, puts them on 18 points. On Saturday, Qatar Sports Club 2-2 with Salal after going 2-0 down. Al Arabi 3-1 winners over Al Malkhia, as you saw there. Right, let's show you the league table, what it's all done. So there's 5-point gap at the top now, 51 for Al Duhail, Al Sadd 46, Al Rayyan there in third. Look at Al Garrafa, 29 points in fourth, Salala in fifth. Al Salir look like they've let it slip a little bit too far. Still 3 rounds left though, who knows? Anything can happen down in the bottom half. It's Al Ahly in 7th, Qatar Sports Club in 8th. Look at Al Arabi now up in 9th. Al Khor below them on goals scored. Al Kharatiyat drifting a bit, but Al Malkhia looks certain to be relegated. Not mathematically yet, but it's not looking good. Right, it's that time of the week and time of the review show when we ask Nick and Chris to reveal their chosen top 3 goals. And we'll start with number 3. And it is, Chris.
Sir Geoffrey Hurst.
Or a.k.a. El Arabi.
It's Geoffrey Hurst, that Wembley 1966.
They think it's all over. It is now.
Exactly the same. Just roofs it into the net. Great goal by El Arabi. Had to run all the way as well from the halfway line. Fantastic goal.
You could have done a Kenneth Walthamstown commentary. You could have given
I get too emotional when I go back to that day in 1966.
You could have delivered the... Yes, they think it's all over.
The show, Rod.
It is now. Right, number 2. Nick, who did you pick?
Bunja. Got to be Bunja.
Which one?
I don't know yet. No, great ball by Afif and this guy. I mean, that shows you everything that there. This is what it means to Xavi as well. I mean, wonderful ball and what a finish. I'll tell you what, we say about the fantastic ball from Afif, you know, the finish was absolutely wonderful. And this guy, we thought that they'd done it. We thought, here we go, Al Sadd had done it, his celebrations, all the crowd were going crazy. And you thought, here we go, then the driving seat. But still, what a wonderful goal from a wonderful player.
But the top goal, as chosen by Nick and Chris for week 19 of the QMB Stars League, is...
Drum roll, please. Taremi. Very, very direct play from Al Garrafa. Win the first header. Schneider, wonderful volley through. Looking out for the finish.
Oh.
No chance for the defender, no
from
chance
the goalkeeper. What's that? 2, 3
so
touches,
early,
yeah.
just no chance of stopping that goal. But he catches it absolutely perfect. Well done, Taremi. There we go. Better view from this angle. Omar Barry well off his goal line there.
Fantastic. Thank you, gentlemen. Right, very quickly, just give me who finishes top, who finishes bottom, and who gets the 4th place. We've got 3 rounds left.
As it is now. As it is now.
Al Duhail winning.
That's the easiest question you've asked all this season, Rod. I was expecting a lot better.
But the reason I asked that one, because we haven't got that much time, so I knew that the answer would be short. So you say Al Duhail to win, Al Garrafa complete the top 4, and Malkhia get relegated.
They might be a little upset with Salal and Al Sadd next game.
Right.
Draw.
Gentlemen, thank you as always. Glad to see that you use the same tailor. Very nice suits today. It's the Alcas uniform. Thank you, Nick and Chris. We will see you on Thursday, the 8th of March, 21:30. That's for the QNB Stars League preview show as we look ahead to week 20. So from Nick, Chris, and myself, it's bye for now.